In a city known for long lunches and late dinners, brunch was a foreign concept here in Barcelona until 2005, when this small bar hidden in the Gothic quarter changed the game.
All right, check it out. This is Milk Bar and Bistro. They're known as being the first brunch place here in Barcelona, and they're actually celebrating their 20th year anniversary. So we're on inside with the team, making some content around brunch, tapas, and of course, drinks. And getting a little bit of the backstory from Rebecca and Paul, who moved here to create a new sensation in the city. So let's go on inside.
So in this video, we're gonna explore what goes into making a lasting brunch business, enjoy a few delicious bites, and at the end, show you the final video that our team at Journee Studios put together to celebrate Milk's 20th anniversary. But first, coffee. I found it surprising that this simple yet somewhat cliched marriage of the words breakfast and lunch actually dates back to the late 19th century England, making its way, of course, to America in the 30s, and then taking its sweet time to arrive here on Spanish soil. But the benefit of being in central Barcelona is that you can get almost all your fresh ingredients at one of the most classic local markets. Just a quick walk across La Rambla.
So many of you, if you've been to Barcelona, you'll know this place. It's called La Boqueria. And this is where Rebecca and Paul have been buying their meats and some other ingredients for 20 years now. So we popped by, this iconic butcher, Boquet of La Boqueria. And we're gonna walk around a little bit and show some behind the scenes of, where they get their food.
And of course, any good brunch needs some good bread.
So this is the baker of this bakery called Forn Boix, I think it's called, which has been open for 100 years. So obviously they haven't been coming here for 100 years, but it is a very legendary bakery here in Raval. Let's go take a look.
Back to Milk with some goods in hand, it's time to whip up a few dishes. First up, royal salmon, toasted brioche, poached eggs, smoked salmon, seafood pearls, and hollandaise sauce. And let's pair it with chorizo hash, sauteed chorizo, potato, red peppers, onion, peas, and spinach with fried free-range egg, mint, and tahini. And a Spanish brunch wouldn't be complete without a good old Bloody Maria. Tequila, tomato juice, horseradish, celery salt, Worcestershire, peri-peri, pepper, lime juice, chopped with celery. Shaken, not stirred.
And this, of course, is another brunch classic, the espresso martini, but with a bit of an Irish twist. Bailey's, chocolat. So there's not the typical Bailey's. And then, of course, espresso, vodka, and a bit of Kahlua. Much more foamy, a little bit more milky, as you can see, but pairs great with a bit of pancake.
We are actually a good team. We do work.
Yeah, I can tell.
We do work well together. I used to be a graphic designer. That's what I studied. I wanted to do fashion design and changed my mind in the end. Running a restaurant, you can be as creative as you like.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You'd be more the cocktail man.
Yeah, I'm more cocktail.
I would be more the food, yeah.
What got you two into the food business?
I worked in corporate America for a while.
We really got into it in the States.
Yeah.
Being in the States, San Francisco for 10 years. That's when we really got into food and started working.
And what brought you to Barcelona then?
We had friends here, and they wanted to open bars and restaurants as well, and so we came in behind them. And it's a great food scene here.
More international influence now. When we first arrived 20 years ago, there was no sushi.
No brunch.
There was definitely no brunch.
And so when you did first start, what was the first sign that you thought, hey, this is working? How long did it take you to get to that point?
I remember one day, it was like a Sunday. We were open, it filled up early, then there was another 15 people outside waiting to get in, and then there was another 15 after that. And the lines got bigger and bigger. There used to be halfway up the block. Obviously, there's so many brunch places now that, everything's spread out a bit, but that's okay,
Yeah, exactly. And I think especially in our industry, drinks, food, coffee, one person grows, everyone grows together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, we're 20 years into it, so we're always doing something right.
What's one thing that you just haven't changed since day one, or something that stuck by you?
We always wanted to stay affordable, good quality, but we have quite a classic menu. Use as much local produce as possible with the same butcher, the same baker, the same Eggman. 20 years ago, we were trying to find free-range eggs. It was close to impossible. There's so much more demand for it now that we are actually able to get free-range eggs. We couldn't get bagels. We couldn't get maple syrup. You know, all of these things, you know, little by little, people knew what you were talking about, or if there was a demand there, they'd create it for you, like that baker we met today. She's like, okay, what's a bagel? How do we make it? I'll try and make it for you.
Nice.
You know?
Any egg tips?
You have to have super, super fresh eggs in order to poach them.
Yeah.
They have to be 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, once you poach them and you put them in the water, they just fall apart. So super, super fresh.
Did anyone tell you that opening a brunch here was just a bad idea?
No, I mean, it took a while to take on, and it was a new word here. They didn't really understand what the word meant, to be honest. The early birds would have been our tourists.
Rebecca and Paul running an iconic brunch spot for 20 years, even in a city that didn't know it needed it. This is their story.
20 years ago, nobody in Barcelona was talking about brunch. There were no bagels, no pancake syrup, just an idea we carried from San Francisco, packed alongside our dreams. We opened Milk Bar in 2005 with one goal: comfort food done with soul. Brunch that felt like home, even if home was 1,000 miles away. It started slow, but soon Sunday queues stretched down the Gothic Quarter. Friends, family, hungover strangers, all chasing that same feeling. A slow morning, a good meal, and a Bloody Mary that could fix anything. Now, 20 years later, brunch is everywhere, but milk is still milk. The original, the classic, the little bar that started a brunch revolution. And when the sun went down, the story didn't stop. The tapas came out, the lights got low, and cocktails kept the vibe alive. This is our love letter to the city that let us do it our way.
Another one. Another 20 years.
Yeah, let's do it. And if you want more stories like this, where culture meets coffee and cocktails and creativity, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you got a favorite brunch spot in your city, drop it in the comments. Maybe I'll make it my next stop on the journey. See you out there.